Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunday Community Skirmish number 21! The Riders got their replacement, and we should be getting underway any moment now. Paritan Rumble's still going to be the map. Right now the Riders are up 1-0 after a 5-3 victory. And already, yep, game underway. Timer started. Let's go ahead and go through the loadouts one more time. For the SPQR side, we have the Moose Guard, a Pyramidian being piloted by Mr. Trickery, Gatling carronade forward with a flamethrower and flare on the port side. We also have the Big Papa, a Pyramidian being piloted by Lazy Pandas, Gat Mortar forward with the flamethrower and flare on the port. For the Riders, we have the Lud, a Junker being piloted by Voonsalts. On the port side, we have a Gatling Mortar, front mine launcher, complemented by two more on the starboard for a triple mine launcher trifecta. We also have the Lib GTK, a Pyramidian being piloted by Luiosi. Gatling Mortar forward with a carronade and flare launcher on the port side. The game is underway. Nobody's disconnected. And so begins the clockwise swirl. Now, I feel like the Riders would actually benefit quite a bit from taking the center of the map, popping flares out, and just looking for their enemies. And then as soon as they spot them, box them in with mines. I think that may be an effective strategy. I think that would work. But I think a lot of this game is going to just come down to how well the Lud can use its mines. Fred the Fifth is going to fill in for Geo Rimmer. That's their sub. Alien is going to be on the front. Litviak, whatever. Lydia's going to be up top. If they hit a mine, this could go really poorly, and a lot of strain is going to be put on Lydia. Picking the right thing to repair. Now, they're also going to have their work cut out for them because of the carronade on the front of the Moose Guard. Now, it's Gat Mortar, Gat Carronade, Pyramidian combination. And you can bet that the Moose Guard is going to be going right for the Lud. So the Lud's, this is going to put even more weight on those mines landing correctly. And not only do they have to land early. They can't afford to just miss a couple early ones and be like, oh, we're fine. No, if that Gatling carronade Pyramidian gets in too close, that could very easily be it. SPQR up against the top of the map here. Gonna hang out, going around these buildings. They're playing this very defensively. They really want the jump on that Munker. What's the Lud gonna keep the buffs on? Looks like they're not worried about buffing the main engine of this Junker. They're just worried about the armor, balloon, and turning engines. And the armor on a Junker is so vital, and keeping it buffed is a massive boon. It means that if they keep the armor buffed, I think that means that if they had a couple of their own mines, they'll be fine. Liv GTK also going to keep its armor buffed. They've taken positions on opposite sides of the map. This may take a little while. Get comfy. Go and grab an energy drink or something. Make some tea. Sit, stay a while. And here we go. We see a little bit of movement here. They took defensive positions. They didn't see the enemy coming in, and so now they're moving. Lud gonna lead the way. I think that's wise. The Lud's gonna lead, they're gonna land mines, and wherever the mines go, that's going to determine where the Lib GTK approaches from. I almost feel like the Rydrs should split here. So that way the libgtk doesn't have to run through mines in order to get to its enemy. Highly recommend that. And that's kind of what they're doing right now. A little bit. Now libgtk is just going to hang out near the Lud. They're moving away from each other one more time. They're just going to take this very carefully. Neither team wanted to get too aggressive. Neither team throwing out flares. So far, the Rydrs have not made a nest with those mine launchers. That's not what they're looking to use them for. They're looking to use them as purely offensive weapons. 9 minutes remaining of regular time before we start going into the 15 remaining minutes of overtime. So only about 25 minutes left. And these teams are really just taking their time. All it will take, though, is a quick turn toward one another. We'll have an engagement. So this piece is very tentative. I've used that word a lot today. I like that word, though. Tentative. Now here we go. SPQR is getting a little bit antsy. And they're going through the center of the map. This is usually when we start seeing engagements. Aren't as many clouds in the center of the map, which means that spots are a lot more likely. GTK and Lud, however, are in a cloud themselves, and I don't think they're going to get the spots. Oh, there's the spot. Byron OG Big Papa has been spotted. The teams know where the other one is now. Rydrs moving in. They're just beelining. They are not afraid right now. Now, this is relying on the SPQR not charging in themselves. Okay, so they're turning their mine launcher, their mine launcher trifecta. They are ready. Spot goes out. First mine goes out. Moose Guard not going to get hit by it, and the Moose Guard is close distance. The mines are just not landing the way they need to. They are actually landing inside of the Moose Guard. And so they're going to be fine. Mines coming out, but not a single one even close to landing. Moose Guard taking Gatling from the libgtk, but the Lud is getting flamed. The libgtk is getting Gatling. The Moose Guard loses its armor, but there's no follow-up. Armor is going to come up again very quickly, but a mine lands, brings the armor down again, and it bounces. libgtk, though, going to get the worst of the Big Papa, and now the Lud is going to be the target. Everything is burning. Armor is down. Hull's getting shredded. The Moose Guard actually hits a couple mines and will go down. So the Lud managing to pick up a revenge kill for its ally, but it will go down as well. 2-1 in favor of SPQR. Those mines, even though they did not land initially, they managed to actually make something happen later on. And so they were more... That's one of the big possibilities of those mines. Is no you miss, well, there's still going to be a factor. But even so, those initial mines did not land. They could not throw the Pyramidians' gun arcs off. And that's all they needed to come out on top of that engagement. Now the Big Papa, spotted. These teams know where the other is. And they're ready to move in. libgtk going to move through first. It wants to be the target so the Lud can manage to land those mines. First mine comes out. Lands short, even with Lesmok. Gatling fire being traded. Lud now coming in with a Gatling mortar. It wants to rely on that a little bit more. Mines continuing to come out, keeping the Big Papa from closing distance, but it's also keeping the libgtk away. The Moose Guard now revealing itself from behind a building. Mine comes out, doesn't quite land, little bit short. Another one comes out. It also is short, using closer range. There's the Lesmok. Still short. These mines are not quite there, and it's going to stop SPQR from really moving in here. The Mayrin, it's trading fire with the Lib GTK to some effectiveness, but the armor will hold. The Gatling is just not accurate enough, and I don't think either team has heavy clip to deal with these ranges. Now the Lud eating more Gatling. Those mines all pop, and that's going to clear away for the Big Papa if it wants to move in. The Lud still concentrating on the Moose Guard, trying to land a single mine, and ooh, that one just goes a little bit wide. Now the Lud changing targets, now using the Gat Mortar on the Big Papa as the Moose Guard moves in as well. The GTK bumps the Moose Guard and hits its ally's mine. Armor is down, however, the Mayrin gets Gat Mortared by the Lud, and it's going to go down. The Moose Guard now dropping low, gets hit by a mine, and uses that boost to try and get out of the way. The Lib GTK has lost its engines to that mine, but it's going to get them back up pretty quick, and it is now turning on the Moose Guard. Now the Moose Guard just trying to get behind cover. It's going to be able to. However, the Lud is right on it. It is going to begin circling around it over these buildings. Armor goes down. Where are the mortars? They're a little bit out of arc. Lib GTK moving in with its own mortars, but they also go wide. The Moose Guard is just a little bit too low, and it's about time for the Big Papa to re-engage. Lib GTK's armor is going to hold as the Moose Guard bounces. Lud now looking at a potential kill on the Moose Guard. Mortars go out. Only one lands before the armor comes back up. Lib GTK eating Gatling. Mortars coming out from the Big Papa, but the Lib will eat them okay. It's going to survive. The Big Papa now loses its armor. Only a couple mortars land before the armor comes back up. Moose Guard now firing on the Lib. Lib going to be okay. The Lud trying to knock its guns out of arc, but the Lib GTK is still eating a lot of damage. Armor goes down, mortars come out, and they land just well enough to get the kill. Now the Lud in a lot of trouble. Moose Guard looking to pick up the kill, bumping the Lud, taking out the balloon. Carronade going to assist with that as well. Armor goes down, mortar goes a little bit high as the Lud drops down lower into the buildings to buy itself a little bit of time. Now where is the Lib GTK going to spawn? I do not know. Flamethrower coming out. Lib GTK spawns in very close. Riders want to fight this. The Lud desperately backing up behind these buildings. Gatlings are coming out. A lot of it going into the balloon. The armor is not going to hold if it keeps burning. The Lud is burning all over. The only thing not burning is a singular engine. Armor drops. Mortar comes out. Easy, quick kill. The Moose Guard now eating Gatling fire from the Lib GTK, but the mortars go wide. Moose Guard able to back up and out of the way of them. And with that, the Moose Guard is granted a very short reprieve. The Lib GTK moving up in the clouds, but the Lud spawns in. Right in arc of the Moose Guard. Can they actually get their gunners in arc fast enough? They're turning. The Gatling actually going down on the Big Papa. They want to try to get the mortars on there instead of fighting the Moose Guard. And that's going to allow the Carronade to do work on the Lud's balloon. The balloon will stay up, even through the bump. But the armor is not looking good right now. There we go. Second Carronade volley going to do it. Armor goes down on the Lud, and it's going to bump the building. Lot of permahull damage going out on it. All they need is this kill on the Lud, and that'll be it. But the Moose Guard is going to drop. The Big Papa is all alone, but the armor is on the Lib GTK. Mortars follow up nice and clean, and SPQR picks up game number 2. We are going to game number 3. In the finals of this Sunday Community Skirmish number 21 on Canyon Ambush.